guys, let's play in some traffic. What do you say, Brad?
I think we need to go to traffic.
Ready for some traffic? Well,
It's always exciting with your traffic.
Yeah, well, it may not be
Oh, it'll be
it may not be conventional, but it will be
entertaining.
very. All right, guys, from the Barside Jive Global Traffic Center and your Barside Jive Drive team, we've got some trouble spots.
Uh-oh, trouble.
Yeah, we got some trouble spots. So let's go first to Intercourse, Pennsylvania. That's right, guys. We're going to fly over Intercourse, Pennsylvania, where it is like
We'll do a deep dive in Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
We're going to do a deep dive, Brad. It's somewhere around 5 p.m. For a closer look there at the traffic, let's go to the Intercourse Fire Company for an on-ground perspective. Got those guys queued up. Let's see what the guys at the fire station have to say.
You don't want flames around that.
Nope, not at all.
Oh, we're going to get them on.
Fire Company at 717-768-3402. For fire hall rental, call 717-768-3109. Please leave a message after the tone. We'll call you back as soon as possible. Thanks. Have a great day.
The tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
We just wanted to report a fire in our studio in Dallas, Texas. Sorry to miss you guys. We'll try again later. All right, well, that didn't work out well, but I'm sure there's no traffic in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. I think it's population 4,500. That is Amish country.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if there's any accidents at all, I'm sure it's a horse-drawn buggy.
Going one way.
Going one way. That's right. So I can't believe the fire department has a
Yeah, they
recording.
can't come to the phone. Well, if it's Amish, a country, maybe they,
put out their own.
yeah, it's what time is it there? 5 o'clock?
Yeah, it's like
It's rush hour.
yeah,
So,
it's like 5 something.
yeah,
So,
maybe they're out putting out another fire in Intercourse.
Maybe. But they got a big event coming up Saturday, August 15th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
In Intercourse?
in Intercourse.
Yeah. What is the event?
It's the big meetup of the year. It's the steak and shrimp dinner, hosted by the Intercourse Fire Company.
You don't want to be shrimp in the Intercourse.
No, not at all. Well, I hate that those guys didn't answer.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
Well, if we think about it, we might try them back later.
Yeah.
I should have left them a callback number.
Yeah. Maybe they got their ID,
Yeah.
caller ID.
I may just have committed a felony in
You might.
Pennsylvania. Tell them I had a fire.
In Dallas.
Oh, well. All right, guys, on to my traffic. It's midnight in Tel Aviv, so pretty quiet on Route 1, Tel Aviv to Jordan River, and Route 2, Tel Aviv to Haifa, as well as Route 4, 6, 20, 40, 65, 70, and the 90. As a general rule of thumb, Americans are pretty well equipped for driving in Israel, especially if you live in L.A. or in New York City. So you should not hesitate to do so. Like the Israelis, drive on the right-hand side of the road, and most signs are in English, so shouldn't have any problems there. But I do have a fun fact.
Fun fact.
The fun fact, the stoplights flash green twice before turning yellow briefly, and then they turn red. But they turn both yellow and red right before they turn green. This functions kind of like the light tree at the drag races. And
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. And if your foot is not off the brake by the time it hits red and yellow, all 3 cars behind you will be honking continuously. Heaven forbid if you're still sitting there after it's green. Remember, in Israel, yellow means go, and go fast.
Yeah.
Driving out in the countryside is a lot like here in America, except for those modest speed limits. But in congested cities, it's a whole nother ball game. The cities are filled with tiny little cars interspersed with humongous 60-foot-long center-jointed municipal buses and 20-foot-tall tour buses whose drivers drive them like they are little cars. The streets are all narrow, and people are tightly parked on both sides. And the buses just blow right down the middle. Brash driving is indeed a national sport there in Israel, and the horn is used as commonly as the steering wheel and brake. But no one carries a grudge very long, no matter the amount of honking and the lights flashing, which would lead to gang shootings in L.A. People will do crazy things in heavy traffic, such as doing a U-turn in the middle of the street or stopping in traffic to load or unload. Tour buses like do this all day long. The sidewalk is just an extension of the street,
Wow.
and you may have to hop the curb to get to the parking lot. Yeah. Never, ever stop when entering a traffic circle. We call it a roundabout, unless there are cars in it already, which you yielded to. Police cars do travel with their lights flashing all the time, so don't worry. But you only get really pulled over when they bump their siren. Gas stations are called petrol stations, and they will pump your gas for you, just like they did here in like the 50s. I know after a lifetime of pumping your own gas, this is like someone cutting up your steak for you. But I mean, that could be a cool thing too.
Well, I was in Portland, Oregon, and a few years back, and you can't pump your own gas. They'll have an attendant come out and pump it for you.
Yeah.
I was just hopped out of the car and started pumping my own gas, and the guy came out and said,
Oh.
"What are you doing?" Yeah. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm pumping my gas." And he's like, No, we'll get fined.
Where are you, in Texas?
Yeah, actually. so I just had to let him do it.
Yeah.
I said, "Do I tip you now?"
Did you?
No.
No tip?
No.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something, guys, because I did live there for a while. Jerusalem is built on an incredibly steep hill, so power is good in a car to get up the hills, but all the parking spaces and driveways are itty-bitty, so keep that in mind. The country is really extremely safe as a whole. I do have a pro tip. If you give the kid a couple of shekels at the Garden of Gethsemane, he'll find you a parking spot, help you back in, watch your car while you're gone, and stop traffic for you while you back out. Buying olive branches from him is optional. True.
I like that.
Guys, that is Global Traffic from your Barside Jive Drive team. And back to the show we go, Brad. So there's your traffic.
I
buddy.
appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. See you guys. Bye. Doing it for 4 hours? Yeah. 6 seconds to do it. You couldn't get to the door in 6 seconds. Well, it wasn't